Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Charnel, and I'm opening the vlog. Y'all, I have just been talking to this camera, and it was not recording. Anyways, let's try this again. I don't remember what I was saying. Okay, so I just came from the library. Well, not just, like a couple hours ago. I've logged into work. I've been working, and I'm watching. Okay, how do I? Okay, I'm watching Bryn. um, my our bookish friend Bryn up here on BookTube. But yeah, so I'm watching Bryn. Her latest. There it goes, focusing. Her latest reading vlog, or her latest vlog she posted. And I am working. Okay, so I want to show y'all the books that I got from the library. I can't believe I have to talk all over again. I was talking, y'all, and this thing was not recording. That is so crazy. Anyways, so again, I got my son The Rainbow Fish by Marcus Pfister. And I was saying that I remember reading this when I was little. My son is 5. But I remember reading this when I was little. But I just found out from the librarian, and like I said, like I showed y'all on the banned books display that they have in the library. And this is a banned book in certain states, and I did not know that. And then she was saying in our city, which is a very liberal and progressive city, that this has been challenged. Like parents trying to get it, because the parents think it's like promoting being gay, because the book is about differences, like how the rainbow fish, like he's different, like he's flashy. Like this book is like 30 years old. It has to be, or 20 years old, because I was like in elementary school reading this. I had my own copy. I remember my sister and I had our own Rainbow Fish book. And we went to, we started elementary school in the States in a very conservative state. I mean, it's like a purple state now, but it was conservative at the time. And there was, as far as I knew, like there was never any issues. Like it was in our library and everything. So it's like, what is going on now that they want to censor this? Like, just get over it. Like, people are gay. Like, what Quinta Brunson, she said, people be gay. Like, who cares? And I want to get the book, like, because my first thought, like, anytime I see, like, any little kids' books about, like, being different or, like, being unique and stuff, I love to get it because my son is on the spectrum. So, it's not just, people just think, the people who are, like, ignorant just think everything is about being gay. Like they automatically just jump to like, oh, we don't want our kids to be gay. It's like, okay, even if they are, it's okay. Who cares? But there's other things that are different. People have disabilities. People have like physical disabilities, mental disabilities. People are shy. People are ADHD. People are, kids are different. It's okay to show them that it's okay to be different, no matter what the difference is. We're all different, even neurotypical people. Anyways, long story short, like this censorship, like banned books week is like really making me think. But yeah. Anyway, so what did I get for myself? So I got Touched by Walter Mosley. I don't know if this is new. Okay, so I have not read. I don't think I've read anything by Walter Mosley, but so this one is a dystopian fantasy, and it says Martin just wakes up one morning after what feels like it might actually be a centuries-long sleep with 2 new innate pieces of knowledge. Humanity is a virus, and he is the cure. It says Martin begins slipping into alternate consciousness, and he has new physical strengths, and he wants to violently defend his family, which is the only black family in their rich neighborhood in LA, against pure evil. And it says to think of this book as Octavia Butler meets Jeff Vandermeer, and it meets Jordan Poole. So, Jordan Peele. Charnel, what are you talking about? Jordan Peele. So yeah, so dystopian fantasy. It's a cute little book. So yeah. I grabbed that one for me. And then I grabbed Terry McMillan's new release. It was The Way She Said It. And it's a short story. It's a collection of short stories, essays, and wisdom. And I'm really excited to read this. I like Terry McMillan. I grabbed, excuse me, The Queen's Spade by Sarah Raleigh. And it says, heavy is the crown, bloody is revenge. And this is a YA fantasy read. And I have been in a fantasy mood. And type of YA fantasy is like my favorite type of fantasy. So yeah, so this is about a black, so it's a young lady can take only so many injuries before humiliation and insult forge a vow of revenge. It says the year is 1862, and murderous desires are simmering in England. Sarah Forbes Bonetta, or Sally, once a princess of the tape is over it. Big Bardo clan desires one thing above all else: revenge against the British crown and a system of colonial humanitarianism, which stole her dignity and transformed her into royal property. So yeah, let's see if I get to that one. I think those are the only ones I got, because I still have two more that I didn't return from my last trip to the library. That I just renewed them. Okay, so yeah, so those are the books I grabbed from the library. So I'm gonna go over some book mail from publishers, and I think that's most of the stacks, and then a couple of things that I ordered. Okay, so this is book of the month. I used my last 3 credits and then canceled book of the month because it's just not been, they don't have any diversity. Like, and there's nothing that has interested me, so I canceled it, whatever the case is. But I was like, I'm done with it. Like, I know what I like to read. I've curated my own library, basically. Like, I don't need it. It's a waste of money. So long story short, so I had 3 credits left over, so I just used them up and I grabbed 3 books. And I will say, like, their packaging is cute, and I love that it says book on it. But yeah, so I'll probably just keep the box, and then you guys know I sell on Pango and stuff, so I'll probably just use the box. Anyways, long story short, so this is what I got. I'm not gonna really read the synopsis because I feel like these are books that y'all know about too. I'm just trying to adjust myself because I feel like you guys are like far away. Okay. So Dominicana by Angie Cruz. I love this cover. And she wrote something else that I read, I think. This came out in 2019. and I think it's like literary fiction and okay, well, I'll read a little bit of this. Okay, it says 15-year-old Anna Conchion never dreamed of moving to America the way the girl she grew up with in the Dominican countryside did. But when Juan Ruiz proposes and promises to take her to New York City, she must say yes. It doesn't matter that he's twice her age, or because I'm like, she's 15. There is no love between them. Their marriage is an opportunity for her entire close-knit family to eventually immigrate. So on New Year's Day 1965, Anna leaves behind everything she knows and becomes Anna Ruiz, a wife confined to a cold 6-floor walk-up in Washington Heights. Yeah, so this sounds good. It sounds like it's a little historical fiction too. Historical, literary. And this is the cover, Dominicana. Okay, next I chose Discontent. This one just came out in September of this year, and it's really thin. So it's Discontent by Beatrice Serrano, and this is a translated read by Mara Faye Lessam, and I think it's a European. Okay, so it's translated from a Spanish author. Excuse me. So it's on the surface, Marissa's life looks enviable. She lives in a beautiful apartment in the center of Madrid. She has a hot neighbor who's always around to sleep with her, and she's risen through the ranks at a successful ad agency. And yet she's drowning in a dark hole of existential dread induced by the banality of corporate life. Girl, I feel you. So that's Discontent, literary. Y'all know I love my literary fictions. And then this one I kind of regret. The Second Chance Cinema by Thea Weiss. That's my best friend's name. By Thea Weiss. Ow. And this one just came out in October of this year. It's an engaged couple discovers a magical movie theater that challenges what they know about themselves and each other in this debut novel brimming with nostalgia and life-affirming wonder. I don't know if I'm even gonna read this one, but let's see. And I have some good ones that I know y'all are gonna like, and that I'm excited to read myself. Let's see. And then this bag. Okay. So, let me move the paper. So, from Dutton, or technically Plume. So, it's an imprint of Dutton. So, I just received these too. I did not expect to receive these. I was like, am I even on their list? Oh, I am on Dutton's list, but not Plume. But I'm grateful. I'm glad. I am so excited. So this is by Bernice McFadden, and I just talked about Firstborn Girls, her memoir, with y'all in my last video, which was my September wrap up. So it's Fever and Groove, and it looks like she wrote it under another name originally, like years ago, Geneva Holiday. And I feel like I've heard that Geneva Holiday name before. But yeah, so they're publishing, I guess they republished it with new covers and under her real name, Bernice L. McFadden. And I'm excited. When I got this, I was shocked. I was like, I don't remember requesting this, because they send you like Google Docs of like, okay, what books do you want to get sent? I don't remember requesting it, but I'm so grateful and I'm excited. So I think I'm gonna read these before I read Sugar, which is like, I think the big book that like she popped off with, like it was like her first published novel and stuff like that. So I might read these before I read Sugar. Cause look at the covers. They're giving like love, black love, and like I love like Brown Sugar and like all like the black like 90s, early 2000s like love books, or not even books, like shows and movies. Living Single, it's like my favorite show of all time and stuff. So this is giving me that feeling and like nostalgia feeling. So I think I want to read these really soon. I'm so excited. They sent me Fever and Groove. And I think these are both about like black friend groups. So this is 4 friends, one sizzling summer. That's what this one is about. And then this one is you never know what's going on behind someone's groove. So let's see. I'm so excited. Okay. Next is from Saga Press. They sent me The Good House. I did request this one. This is from Tananarive, and they re-released it with a new cover, because I know the other one, the original cover, what did I say the other one? The original cover, it's like a smaller book, and it's like dark, and it has like the actual house. Let me know if y'all know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so they re-released it with this cover. And it says it's about it's a novel. Basically, it's about a family's curse linked to their ancestral home, the Good House. So yeah, so it's about a black family and their ties to an ancestral home, and spooky things go on. Basically, Tananarive I love her writing, so I'm excited to get into this one. Yeah. And then next, Atria sent me this one. And this one is not publishing until February 24th, 2026. So next year. It's All We Have Is Time by Amy Tordoff. And then I'll read y'all what it's about. So it's in this fresh and entrancing debut novel, perfect for fans of Invisible Life of Addie LaRue and The Ministry of Time. Both books I have not read. As a jaded, immortal woman and a time traveler fall in love across the centuries, learning what it means to really live and love before their time together runs out. So that does sound like Addie LaRue. I haven't read it, but I'm a part of a book club. It's like a mom's book club, and that's one of the books we read. I didn't read it because I ran out of time. And y'all know I'm a mood reader, and I was reading other stuff. Next thing I know, they're like, "Oh, it's time for our meeting," and I didn't read it. But it was like 2 years ago. But anyways, but I know what it's about, and I know it's about like an immortal woman who's been traveling through time, and that does sound like Addie LaRue. But I'll read this one sometime this winter, because when I get these physical arcs, I like to, because they send them out like 6 months in advance. I've noticed since I've been doing these influencer lists for the publishers. They'll send you these physical arcs early, which is good because it does give you time to get in the mood to read them, which I love. Versus the Nat Galley arcs, I feel like it's like they'll give it to you like the week of release, and I don't be touching my Kindle like that. But anyway, so I will be reading this sometime this fall winter time, before the release date of February 24th. Next is also from Atria, so the Atria Thrillers. Keep This For Me by Jennifer Fawcett. I love this cover. It's giving spooky what happened vibes. And Atria, I will say, their thrillers, or is it their thrillers are be hitting. Like Don't Let Him In, that I just raved about to y'all in my September reading wrap up. Atria. Okay, so this one is, in this exhilarating and atmospheric suspense novel, a woman attempts to uncover the connection between a notorious serial killer and her mother's disappearance. Why can't I talk today? And her mother's disappearance. A mystery that spanned generations and returned to haunt her once again. And it looks like this starts in 1993. Y'all know I love books set in the 90s and stuff, so I'm excited. And I know this one has already been released, because I saw it on Instagram. This is a thriller. It's already out. So if y'all need thriller recs, and I'm adding it to my fall TBR. I know it's long already. I already know. I know. And yeah. Okay, and this one is from, so I don't know how to say this publisher's name, and if you know what I'm talking about, y'all probably know what I'm talking about. But I think, and I've Googled it, and I've Google listened. I think it's Knopf. 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 Okay, I think it's Knopf. Can y'all see? No, you're not focusing. Knopf. Anyways, they sent me a book of poetry from Ricky Laurentis. This is called Death of the First Idea. And I believe this is already out. Yes, September. It came out in September. And I'm excited to read it. It's a poetry, collection of poetry. It's a black woman. Yes, a black woman. I just want to make sure it's not, get her pronouns right. But yeah, so it's a book of poetry. It says from the Poet Winning Award Selection Committee called A Magician Who Could Slow Down Time, a mythic lyric decade in the making collection of poems that probe the meanings of transformation and recreation, a new classic about gender and love. So right up my alley. This is Death of the First Idea. So and then finally, and it's called Black Owned. Let me get it out. So this is called Black Owned: The Revolutionary Life of the Black Bookstore by Shara Adams. And they sent, like, this is like a sticker, I think. And then this fold out. Oh, it's like a leaflet, like old school leaflet announcement. I'm just like use this as a bookmark. This is cute. Okay, so this is the book. Okay, so this is from Tiny Rep Books. I just started receiving book mail from them maybe like in August. And I'll show you guys. One of my current reads is actually a book they sent me in August. But yeah, so this is a nonfiction about the life of the Black Bookstore. And it says the longtime NBC News reporter Shara Adams writes a deeply compelling and rigorously reported history of Black political movements told through the lens of Black-owned bookstores, which have been centers for organizing from abolition to the civil rights movement to Black Lives Matter. So I am definitely going to listen to this one on audiobook. Because if it's not poetry, sometimes it's hard for me to read. Well, this one actually looks a little easy to read. There's like pictures and everything in it. Sometimes the nonfiction books are hard for me to read because it feels like I'm back in university. I was a business major, and those business books, I loved my major, but those business books used to make my eyes cross. So that's why it's hard for me to read. Because I have a stack of nonfiction books I want to get to, but I was like, okay, I need to try their audiobooks because I feel like audiobooks will make us feel like a podcast, which I love podcasts. So that's the only thing. But this is on my list. I want to get to it. Let me put these back in the book so I don't lose these leaflets or and the sticker. It's so cute. Okay. So I have more books to show y'all that I got. So those are the book mail from publishers that I have received. So now I have some books that I've ordered. I got The Living is Easy by her, and then I also got The Wedding. And I also, okay, so I also want to, so y'all, just in case y'all are concerned, the used books have been in the freezer. Don't forget, when y'all buy used books, thrift books, whether it's from online or, you know, Goodwill and all that type of stuff where you get used books, And when you pull books out of the little free libraries, put them in your freezer. I think it's like for 6 hours or something like that. At least 6 hours, something. Don't get me to lying and guessing, but I always just put them in Ziploc bags and leave them in my freezer overnight, and then pull them out in the morning. And that's supposed to like kill any bugs, bacteria, things like that. That's in the books. But yeah, so I got these two from from Dorothy West. So that's this one, The Living is Easy. And then this one is The Wedding, also by Dorothy West. Is this focused? Okay, and these have been frozen too. So Mama Day by Gloria Naylor. Put this one in a free little library and get a newer copy, because I've told y'all before, I cannot read it. I don't know if it's me, but when the pages are yellowing, it's hard for me to read it. So I think I'm probably gonna order like in a while. Like, it's not like top of mind, but I think I'm gonna end up ordering a newer copy of this one. The cover looks nice. Like, the cover is preserved well, but the pages are yellowing, and I guess I'm bougie. And then this one is, oh, this one is good. So, okay, same from Gloria Naylor. This is Bailey's Cafe, and this one is preserved really well too. And next is The Salt Eaters by Toni Cade Bambara. This is one I've heard about for years, just in, I guess, book spaces and just, I don't know. But yeah, so this one it's set in Claiborne, a town somewhere in the South. The Salt Eaters is a story of a community of Black people searching for the healing properties of salt, who witnessed an event that will change their lives forever. Some of them are centered, some are off balance, some are frightened, and some are daring. From the men who live off welfare women to the mud mothers who carry their children in their hides, the novel brilliantly explores the narcissistic aspects of despair and the tremendous responsibility that comes with physical, spiritual, and mental well-being. Sassafras, Cypress, and Indigo by, is it Tasaki Sanjay? I think it's Tasaki, not Sanjay. I used to know how to say their name, but I can't remember now. So this is, so if you've read, seen the play, or seen the movie, four colored girls who have considered suicide when the rainbow is enough. I have the book too. It's on my poetry TBR shelf, but yeah, so that's the same author who wrote Sassafras, Cypress, and Indigo. Yeah. Oh, this one is like annotated. But this one is like nice, clean pages that I can easily read, and it's really good condition. So I'm excited. And then next is Annie John by Jamaica Kincaid, and it's in really good condition. You know, thrift books, sometimes they be lying. The picture will show like it's in good condition, like, or like perfect condition, and what they actually send you is like torn apart. So that's the annoying thing that yeah, that I've seen. I think I had to read it for like an English class or like a Black Lit class in undergrad, but we didn't have to read the whole thing, so I've never really read the whole thing. So I am excited to read this one and to own it too. And then finally, I'm scared to take off this old sticker, but this is Tumbling by Diane McKinney Whetstone. And if you guys watch my September reading wrap up, I read her newest book, Family Spirit, that just came out in August or September, for a Bookstagram book tour for Color Pages. So yeah, so this is one of her earlier works. I have one more book that I got from Amazon because it's the only place I can find it, and it I've never seen anybody talking about it, and I've never seen it anywhere. And I just found out about it on Goodreads. So Goodreads is good for something. This is The Grandest Garden by Gina L. Carroll. And look at that cover. Yeah. So, this is it historical fiction? Okay, it says, I'll just read it. So let's find out together. It says Bella Fontaine is on her own, fresh out of college and flushed with the winnings from her first international photography competition. She decides to leave Los Angeles to forge a new life in New York City, but will her secrets catch up with her and keep her from developing the relationship she needs to make her dreams come true? So I don't think that's historical then. I think it's just, you know, just contemporary literary fiction, but the cover drew my eye. And I think I was logging that I had just finished a book. And you know, if you scroll down on a book page on Goodreads, so say you're logging like where you're at in your book, or you just finished a book, or you want to read the book. If you scroll down, it'll show you books similar to that book that you're on, or people who read your book read this also. So that's how I found it. I don't remember what book I was logging. Oh, I was logging Dominion, which I'm gonna talk to y'all about later this weekend. I was logging Dominion, so it said this is similar. It gives the same vibes as Dominion, by Addie E. Kitchens, and yeah, and there was a couple other books on there too that I had logged that I want to read. But this one, I was like, I love this cover. I've never seen it anywhere. I've never seen anyone talk about it. So I was like, let me see what it's talking about. And I searched all my local bookstores, like their websites. They didn't have it. And I was like, okay, I'll just buy it from Amazon, whatever. But yeah, so I'm excited about this one. I love finding books that I've never heard of and things like that. Y'all already know that. And I'm going to put it on y'all's radar. Let me know if you heard of this or if it's interesting to you. But yeah. So that's my haul. So I'm gonna go back to, I have to do more work. I have work to do. And then I'm gonna eat lunch and read a little bit. Wrap up the vlog. I want to talk about the books that I read with you guys, or you guys saw me reading in this vlog. I know this vlog is mostly was a massive book haul, but it's a couple of books, especially, yeah, all 3 books that I read, I wanted to read like on with you guys and talk about it with you guys. Okay, first, when we opened, y'all saw me reading Resting B-Word Face, Resting Bitch Face. It's a collection of poems, and they were mostly, it was mostly about like, just, I guess, poetry that I always read, which is like black girlhood, black womanhood, life, like, yeah, just basically like a life of a black girl, basically. And the title always spoke to me, this, like, soon as like I heard about it earlier this year, because that I've been accused of that my entire life. Okay, but you know, like, oh, smile more, and especially when I was a teenager, and like through my 20s, like, or why are you mad? It's like, I'm not mad. I'm just, this is just my face. Like, I'm just, you know, I'm just living. Like, I've been accused of that my entire life, and I hate that. And I feel like the older I'm getting, the more I'm realizing, it's like black girls are always, and black women are always being accused of having RBF, having resting B-word face. And it's like, we're just, most of the time, we're fine. Like, we're not mad. We're not, at least for me, it's like, when I'm never mad. Like, I'm just, that's just how my face is settled, or like you're just perceiving me that way, and it's like I'm not even like. And I used to get so irritated because like I never knew how to like articulate it. I guess I still don't, because I feel like I'm jumbling my words right now. But I used to not know how to articulate it really, especially when I was younger. Because like I used to just be like, my defense was always, what do you want me to do? Walk around like this? Like, because it's like, well, how else are you supposed to walk around? Like, you're just normal. Anyways, so yeah, she touched on a lot of that. So I think that collection of poetry was like perfect. I just was in a poetry mood, and it was a library book, so it has been returned, so I don't have it right now in my hand, but I have it in my bookshop.org cart, because I just have a feeling I won't see it in the bookstore. I haven't been to the bookstore in like a month, you guys, which is like rare for me. I don't think I went at all in September. I haven't, it's already almost the middle of October, and I haven't been to the bookstore yet. And there's a new one open right by me, but I just have not been. And I just been going to the library, but that's a poetry book that I want to reread and reread and reread. And y'all know I've told you before, like I reread my poetry books a lot, so that's something I want to have on my shelf in my poetry stack behind me. Okay, next, y'all saw me reading these two. So this is also, I'm gonna keep the poetry theme. This is Archive of Desire by Robin Koss Lewis. And it's a poem in 4 parts for C.P. Cavafy. And let me turn on the light. I didn't realize it's so dark in here. But this is also, this is a poem in 4 parts. And I have learned about somebody new named Constantine Cavafy. He was a he's a Greek poet born and raised in Egypt. And black, brown, red, yellow, and all the mixed together baby queers all loved him, basically. So yeah, so he's a Greek poet. His name was Constantine Cavafy. And I'm gonna look him up and maybe see if my library or something has any of his works, because she says Robin Koss Lewis says that he is like a must read for black, brown, queer, everybody in between. So, and she wrote this book dedicated to him, basically. So, and then next, I literally just finished this like an hour ago. So this is The Ghost of Gwendolyn Montgomery by Clarence Haynes. Y'all saw me read that a little bit in this vlog. So today is a work day. Yesterday was what, Indigenous Peoples Day. I wasn't technically off, but I took the day off. Like I used PTO because my son and my husband are off from school. Husband's a teacher, son is in kindergarten. So we just had like a family lazy day at home. And of course I was reading my books, okay? Plus doing all the mom things, you know, arts and crafts, reading his books and watching movies and playing toys and stuff like that. But anyways, so I carved out time and I read half of this yesterday. Well, no, I started this over the weekend actually. I started this like 4 days ago, but read a lot of it yesterday on my day off. And then today, I finished it on audio, on Spotify audio, because I'm working from home today. Son is sick. That's why I barely was able to get any footage this weekend because we were just home because my son was just sick most of the weekend. But yeah, so I like this. This was a wild ride. What did I rate it? I think I gave it like a solid 4 stars. Because this man's mind, he took it like he took this one of the characters to like places I never even knew was possible. But it was a wild read. It was basically like, it's like a fantasy, a little bit of horror, and like thriller. Those are the 3 genres I would say this is like touching on. Like it's a mix of that, and they're Afro-Latina. So Gwendolyn and her cousin, is it Fonzie or Fosse? Fonzie, yeah. So Gwendolyn and her cousin Fonzie, they are like Afro-Panamanian, living in New York City. I grew up in New York City, and their family are guardians. So like guarding between the physical world and like the in-between, where people go when they pass. So they basically are the guardians of that in-between for the real world, for the physical real world we're in. And it kind of runs in their family a little bit. And yeah, but it's like something that they can't talk about to like anyone else. So it's, when you're a guardian, in this book, when you're a guardian, you're not supposed to speak about it to people who are not. You're supposed to stay within the guardian community, because nobody's supposed to know that they're guarding the real world from like unsettled souls in the in-between world. So yeah, that's a mouthful, but it there's like other stuff going on. There's a lot going on in this book, and I'm glad it's short because he like Clarence A. Haynes, he packed a punch. Like he put a lot in this book, but it was good. It's entertaining, and it wasn't spooky. It was just, I was just trying to learn and keep up with the different. He's talking about Orishas in this book, and like Yemaya and Oshun and stuff like that. And yeah, it's just a lot to I was kept on my toes. I think it's a good solid 4-star read, and I'm excited to see what else he does, because this was really good. And now I'm regretting not getting it signed when I bought it at the Bronx Book Festival in June. Because he was there, but I was just like, I don't know him. Like, you know, this is I'm buying it, but it's like, I don't really, like, I'm not a follower of him like I am, like, Kennedy or Tiffany D. Jackson or something like that. But now I'm like, dang, I really like this book. So I wish I would have got it signed when I saw him. But, like, when we were all at the festival. But it's okay. Yeah. So I would say like Gwendolyn and her cousin Fonzie, I really like their characters, and I want to read more. I hope there's a second installment to this, because I felt like there is potential to be a second installment to this one. But yeah, so that's it. I thank y'all for watching my video, watching this vlog. If you made it this far, leave a fall leaf with your comments. So yeah, so like, comment, subscribe, all the things. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.